Yes.
It's so vast. It's like I'm cruising along outside of the matrix, looking at the matrix, not with judgment, but looking at how it's impacted me and feeling like my awareness is living on the outside of it right now, and watching it and knowing the truth of my inner spirit. And there's emotional alignment, and every cell in my body feels good, rather than the stress and anxiety that I've so often felt with how am I going to make the next dollar, and am I going to go back to this work environment that causes so much stress. I lived in it until my system was screaming to get out of it, and my head kept saying, no, you put so much time into the schooling, you put so much investment into this field of work, and you're just going to throw it away now. My mind's saying, this is trying to talk me out of leaving. It's like this antagonist to my inner spirit that was saying, this is choking the life out of me, living within this disharmony.
I love wearing my sandals for exactly this reason. This is what I needed. No doubt about it.
I'm trying to share with you guys because my neurology feels like it's rewriting, rewiring all this information to come back home to my origin of my own emotional guidance system. Trusting that and navigating from that GPS of my own being rather than all the outside influences I'm trying to share with you today. So if I sound way out there, it's just I'm trying to share, and there's just so much channeling through me. There's these bookends of intentionality, bring the greatest benefit to the greatest number of people, to have a positive influence on this world, because I see the world struggling, because I know how I struggle inside with the current state of the world. How can I bring the greatest heart and benefit to this world? And another one of the bookends to benefit my family, people in my life that I love. And within the bookends, you think of bookends, and then the chapters in between are taking care of the heart and soul of this man, nurturing and fire tending his inner spirit, coming into my deeper grounding so that I can anchor in and benefit those around me. For me, this YouTube channel is a feeling of returning to my roots of what really set me on fire, because I was this little kid just on fire, like exploring nature, loving that, and I love photography, and I've always loved diving into writing out my thoughts, exploring possibilities. Kind of one of those headstrong little kids that from the beginning, I think, questioned kind of all that was going on around me. I grew up in a family that there was a lot of fear around money. I grew up watching my dad really dissatisfied in his job and saying, yeah, enjoy it while you can, to us kids. Enjoy yourself while you can, because it's short-lived. That message was definitely energetically portrayed that way to me as a kid, and I was like, why would I want to do that? That sounds awful. So I think from the beginning, my own inner alignment, my heart compass system, my inner energetic alignment, my emotional guidance system, all of that was saying, no way, man, this sounds awful. So I think from the very beginning, I was always questioning, what else is there out there? What other way can I go about this? And through lifetime of trauma bogging me down. Emotional trauma, physical trauma, sexual trauma and abuse, and just I was carried around that with me, kind of like my own pressure cooker inside for decades, because it was something you just didn't talk about. And it sucked to talk about it, and you felt like you're broken. And so often telling that story, you share it in a broken way because it fucking hurts. And right now I feel this emotional wave rising through me, and I could collapse into that old story and that trauma mentality, but I don't want to do that. That's not how I want to show up, because I'm riding this energy wave, and I know I have a choice, and I've gleaned so much from my life path. You know, I can get lost in those stories too, but I can actually be grateful for them, because I've done the shadow work, I've done the inner fire tending, I've done the inner spirit tending, and I've gleaned so much that I can actually be grateful for those past traumas. And I want people to, especially I want everybody to, but I want the youth, young people, kids, to come into this way of dealing with their trauma and all the stuff that they've internalized, their own inner pressure cookers of their life, so much earlier in life than I did. Texas this morning with sounds, they all sing to me. Oh, I feel alive again with every new step that sets me free. That I can step into this empowered relationship with my own inner experience, and it doesn't just happen in a heartbeat or a second. It's a sustained focus. You got to keep returning and returning and returning to build those neural pathways in your brain, in your heart, in your gut, all of those places. Not just cerebral, it's heartfelt, it's gutfelt. Our head, those neural pathways are more like analyzing those statements, affirmations and such, and then in your heart it's more like tapping into this greater universal abundance. How do I say it? This greater abundance in life, this greater capacity to love, this greater sense of trust in the world and in yourself, this greater sense of peace and well-being, and so much more. I think you get what I mean. And then the gut, the neural pathways in the gut is these convictions that your truth is your power, and this certainty that this heart head gut alignment is true for you, and that you are in your power when you're living your truth. You're living by proof, and there's this resonance, there's this your inner emotional guidance system resonance that it feels good. You feel life is good, so you know you're reading it, you're on the right track. That's your inner alignment, part of it. Gotta think, that's a beautiful tool. Stop thinking so much, put it so much into trying to figure out how to bring a video to you guys that has value and come from the heart. So that's how I'm coming in right this moment, and I'm just speaking as a man to the brothers. It's like, we've got this, brothers, we got this. We are coming back to our true spirit. We're breaking out of these old mindsets that have held us down for so long, that we've all been conditioned into, and we've been so conditioned deeply and entrenched into. It's like being in under this amnesia spell, this amnesia storyline that isn't ours. So we've forgotten. I say amnesia because it causes us, as men and women, everyone, to forget our truest inner story, our truest origin story, the spirit we came into this life with, and we were conditioned into this culture and these times. And so it's kind of like an amnesia spell. You're too young to pursue your origin story when you're a kid, so you adapt to all these influences that aren't even yours, and they don't feel like yours. And so we got this. We got this, brothers and sisters. We're breaking out of the amnesia spell right now. And that's why I'm sharing this message, because we can help each other do that. Whoa. Uh-oh. I'm hooked up on the sticker branch. Uh-oh. Let me go. Wow. This just feels so nice. When one of us grounds into the truth of our story, like an elder growth tree in the forest, it's like a puzzle piece in the puzzle. You put one piece in, and then naturally you figure out where the next piece goes. And so if your puzzle piece goes into place, others can anchor in around you. Just like as a tree in the forest, when you anchor and ground into your truest essence, it helps others naturally ground in around you. So we got this, brothers and sisters. We're breaking out of the amnesia spell. And what does that mean to you? What does it mean to me? Yeah. I'm going to think on that for just a minute and come back. The water is so incredibly blue. The salmon berries are out, orange, and the reds, yes, they are edible and delicious. I'm going to be around a lot this summer on the Olympic Peninsula in Washington State. So if you see me around, give me a shout out. This has been a lot of fun sharing with you. So let me know your thoughts, what you like, dislike, and what you're curious about. If you enjoyed this video, one of the best things you can do to help support my channel is to share. And of course, like and subscribe, which helps my content surface within the YouTube algorithm. If you wish, you can help support the journey with a gift of encouragement. This allows me to create more content and continue to deliver my stories right to you. Ways to contribute are listed in the more information below. and your generosity is greatly, truly appreciated. Thank you. Until next time.